Welcome to Profile Building, the podcast by Advance My Profile. Here, we talk about what it really takes to build a strong, defensible immigration profile, the evidence, the strategy, and the mistakes that decide whether a profile gets approved. So today we're doing a deep dive into a pretty wild situation with the UK Global Talent Visa for 2026.
Yeah, it's really something.
Right. I mean, imagine generating millions in revenue, building this top-tier tech startup, and then getting your UK visa rejected on day one.
Right.
Because it's happening to hundreds of applicants, and today we're figuring out why. Because the numbers we're looking at, they're frankly wild.
They are.
In 2024, we saw a record 13,082 endorsements issued. But at the exact same time, the endorsement refusal rate had spiked to 31%.
Wow.
So the visa is booming, yet nearly a third of people are just hitting a brick wall right out of the gate.
Yeah, it's a fascinating contradiction. And if we look at why those refusals are rising so sharply, it fundamentally comes down to a complete misunderstanding of the visa's core structure.
Yeah.
People assume that immigration officers at the UK Home Office are, the ones adjudicating their talent. But they aren't. We call this the two-stage illusion.
Wait, the two-stage illusion. Break that down for me. If immigration officers aren't judging my talent, then who is?
Right. So stage one is the endorsement phase. And that is judged entirely by specialist field bodies.
Oh, okay.
Actual experts in your industry.
Yeah.
Stage two is the Home Office visa application, which you only do after you secure that stage one endorsement.
Right. That makes sense.
But, most applicants, they spend weeks agonizing over the standard stage two immigration paperwork.
Yeah.
And that is, it's utterly useless if they don't survive that initial stage one peer review.
I get it now. So it's like trying to get into an exclusive club where the bouncer isn't just a standard security guard looking at a fake ID.
Right, exactly.
The bouncer is a rigorous panel of your professional peers.
Exactly. And if you walk up to a bouncer who happens to be a world-renowned physicist and you just hand them a generic corporate resume, they're going to turn you away. Yeah. Which brings us to the next massive hurdle, which is choosing the right door. Or, in this case, the right track and the right endorsing body.
Let's map those doors out. How do you know which line to stand in?
Well, first you choose between two tracks. There's exceptional talent for established leaders with a sustained record of impact.
Okay.
And that track fast-tracks you to permanent residency in just 3 years.
Wow, that's fast.
It is. Then there's exceptional promise for emerging talent with strong early career achievements. And that one takes 5 years.
Right, okay.
Once you pick your track, you apply to one of 6 endorsing bodies.
And these are the expert panels we mentioned earlier?
Yes. So you have UKRI for the research community.
Okay.
The British Academy for Humanities. The Royal Society for Natural Sciences. Arts Council England for Arts and Culture. REing for engineers. And finally, the Tech Consortium for Digital Technology.
All right, well, let me play devil's advocate here specifically for that tech track. If I'm a highly successful tech entrepreneur, can't I just show my company's massive revenue? Well, 50 million in sales is 50 million in sales. Success is success, right?
You'd think so, but actually relying solely on commercial success is a fast track to a refusal.
Really?
Yeah, these bodies aren't venture capitalists. They are looking for recognized field innovation.
Oh, I see.
Pure business success. Without peer-reviewed recognition or, documented impact on the wider tech ecosystem or significant open source contributions, it simply does not satisfy their rubric.
Wow.
You have to prove how you advance the industry as a whole, not just your company's bottom line.
So if the bouncers are academics and innovators and not accountants or bureaucrats, a standard, look how great my career is cover letter isn't going to get you past the velvet rope.
Exactly.
I noticed the visa requirements mention a mandatory 1,000-word personal statement. How should applicants be tackling that? Well,
it is the exact opposite of a generic autobiography. And treating it like one is a massive trap.
Okay.
Assessors want what we call a criteria-mapped legal argument.
Hold on. Criteria-mapped legal argument. What does that actually look like in practice compared to a normal resume or cover letter?
It means you don't just tell a story about your career timeline.
Right.
You look at their published grading criteria, say proof of innovation or impact outside your primary occupation, and you explicitly connect your specific achievements to those exact bullet points.
Oh, I see. So it's very targeted.
Very. And you need robust evidence to back it up, especially with your reference letters.
Let's talk about those letters, because I'd naturally just ask my CEO or my current manager to write one saying, I'm a rock star. Right?
And that right there is a top reason for refusal.
Oh, wow.
Most bodies require 3 letters, but they must come from independent experts.
Okay.
A letter from your current employer it's inherently biased. It usually just focuses on your daily job duties rather than your field-wide innovation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They don't care if you're a good employee, they care if you are an industry leader.
This is making a lot of sense. So if you had one lucky break, say a massive landmark achievement 5 years ago, but you haven't done much since, and you just write a career narrative ignoring their rubric, they'll just toss your application out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A single spike of success without a sustained track record of continuous impact it's a guaranteed failure.
Right.
They are grading you strictly on their criteria, not on your storytelling ability. But, if you step back and look at the bigger picture, the UK system offers a massive structural advantage for those who get this right.
Oh, yeah.
Unlike the US system, there are 0 quotas. There is no H-1B style lottery.
Wow, that's huge.
If you meet the criteria and get endorsed, you get the visa. Plus, the end-to-end process is remarkably fast, usually just 12 to 18 weeks.
That is an incredible advantage if you know exactly how to present your evidence and get through that stage 1 peer review. Which brings me to a final thought for everyone listening today. If this visa only rewards recognized careers, not just busy ones who, in your professional network, should you be sharing your work with today to start building that essential public paper trail?
That's a great question to think about.
It really is. Well, thank you for tuning in to this deep dive. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and follow the podcast for more useful content on advancing your profile. See you next time.